Okay, what you're looking at is a 1952 MG TD. It is now October 14th, 2012. I purchased this car about September 29th, so about 2 weeks ago. Well, I think it'll be 2 weeks ago on Monday, tomorrow. I'm in the disassembly process right now. She's coming apart fairly easy until I got to the back fenders. They're very challenging, tough to access, bolts rusted and frozen, so this back fender here took me the better part of all day today to get off. The car is in remarkable condition. 5,433 miles. I'm going to be the second owner. I have fairly good confidence and fairly good documentation that the miles are actual and based on the metal and everything I've found underneath. The metal is in a remarkable condition. There's only a little areas of cancer. That's about the worst of it. On the passenger side, the driver's side is nowhere near that bad. I'm going to post this on YouTube. That'll be my first foray into putting anything on YouTube, and I will try to keep a fairly regular update on its restoration process. It'll be the first time I'm going to do any sort of restoration to this extent. It's going to be a complete frame off. Everything has got to be redone. The engine, from what I could tell, all the cylinders moved, nothing's locked up. Probably the worst part of the engine compartment is the battery compartment. A little bit of metal work there. Everything on the undercarriage has got to be replaced. Brake lines, everything will be completely redone. Hope that comes through. You see 5,433. Spent most of its life in the middle part of upstate New York, around the Adirondacks. Last registered in 1970 and then put away. There's, I think, a New York State 1970, and the registration I have confirms that. I've got an original registration from 56 and then one from 1970. Today the doors came off. As you can see, there's no rust on them whatsoever, just a little surface bubbling, but that's all going to be taken down to bare metal and resprayed. On the underside, the wood is all in excellent condition. Might have some issues around the hinge screws going back into to reset into wood. As anybody knows, when you reset wood screws, there's always a chance, particularly in that high torque area like the hinge, that there's going to be an issue with them, but I'll address that as I get to it. The dash will be redone. I'm probably going to go with a wood dash. This is a kind of a original manufacturer, original equipment, leather veneer. I'd be very interested in anybody out there who's kind of been there and done that. This was just kind of my attempt to kind of polish the metal. As you can see, just a little chrome polish took that, with literally about 30 seconds worth of work, took that to a pretty good shine. What I was saying is anybody that would be willing to kind of share their thoughts, learnings, as I'm going to be new to this and getting into a lot of areas that I'm not going to be familiar with my mechanical skill, but it'll be an opportunity to learn. If anybody's willing to kind of share their learnings from a similar restoration, would be very interested in striking up a conversation or a correspondence. The idea, now that it being October, I hope to get the thing apart by Thanksgiving, Christmas time, down to the frame. Get the frame sandblasted. I'll do that myself, and resprayed. Ideally, I'd like to be in a position where I can have a rolling frame by the spring. I'm not sure what work's going to be done on the engine yet. I haven't figured what needs to be done in the engine compartment yet, but I'd like to be in a position to paint next spring. Most of the other panels are up in the attic above my garage right now. Front fenders, front wings. But that's the car. A remarkable condition, and I hope to bring her back to life. I'm going to be changing the color scheme. I'm going to be going to a different, probably a two-tone, maybe a cream on the main body, on light brown on the fenders, but I haven't decided yet. Any suggestions on the paint scheme would be welcome. But that's it. Stay tuned. I'll post various progress reports periodically. So again, would welcome any learnings, any opportunity to correspond with people that have been there and done that. I'm going to be asking as many questions as I can. Thanks again.